Heavy chapter. Heavy chapter.
Yeah, that's what most do. I think that's where the shotgun is at. Is that where it talks about?
No, that ain't it. It's in the second Ezra, but yeah.
Oh, second Ezra. Talking about every other nation is.
Yeah, you want to hear that? You want to bring it out?
You want me to?
You bring it out. You can bring it out after we get this though. That second Ezra 9 to 12, because that ain't really got nothing to do with what we're talking about. Jake. See, carnal Jakes love bringing that out.
I know.
They love bringing that out. That you know what you talking about? Yeah, they love bringing that. We never even brought that out. That's crazy. And that's that's easy. You go straight to that. What's that? It was that second Ezra's 48 chapter, 48 verse. What chapter is that? I don't even look at that. That's crazy. I don't even know off the top of my head. I think it's the 6th chapter. I know it's like the 48 verse. Second Ezra's 3 and 48, second Ezra's 6 and 48, one of those.
Sure.
It was second Ezra. Don't do this.
Now, when you read this, you got to narrate, man.
6 and 48.
Matter of fact, we're going to read the chapter. Start at 1. I just read this last night.
Second Ezra, chapter 9. It says.
We back on?
Come on.
All right.
It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and which thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before.
So, y'all see that? Y'all see that?
Plus, you say it again.
Y'all gotta know this. Go to verse 1. This you gotta know this.
Are we here?
Second Ezra 9 and 1.
It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
So how do you do that?
Measure the time in itself.
This is part of being a prophet, man. You gotta know this. Somebody link this real quick. Get
The diligence.
that, and you can link Revelation 3 and 1. Revelation 3 and 1 first. Real quick. How do you measure the time? What y'all talking about?
Second Ezra chapter 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou time, the time diligently in itself.
It's Revelations 3:1. And unto the angel of the church in Sardis write, these things saith he that had the 7 spirits of the Most High, and the 7 stars. I know thy works, that thou hast a name, and thou livest.
When you at 3 and 1?
3 and 1.
Scroll down. Okay, scroll up. No, let's see.
I know thy works.
What's that? Verse 2? Okay, Slocky. Let him read it. It's just dragging a little bit. It ain't dragging, it's not.
It says, I know thy works, that thou hast a name, that thou livest, and art dead. Be watchful and strengthen the things which remain.
Do what?
Be watchful and strengthen the things which remain.
Read that again, Huh?
Second Ezra 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou time, Salat. Second Ezra chapter 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Now you know what that make me think of? Because it's just explaining. It make me think of. Well, I'm gonna tell you what it means first. What did that mean?
Basically,
Simple.
I was gonna give an example. Like when we was in the car the first time, we really should have been watchful of our surroundings. Kind of like that. Like basically just watching what you're doing and what's going on.
But expand that on the biggest scale. Like, you supposed to be knowing what's going on in the world right now. You know what I'm saying? You need to know what's going on so you
Say-
can know what time it is.
Let me say, be conscious.
Pay attention to what the word says, how the scriptures, to understand what's going on inside the time right now. That way you can piece it together.
To know where we at as
Like,
far as
there's a scripture where it talks about the trumpets and the alarms. People was talking about the end, like how like you'll know when it's coming towards the more like the earthquakes. Like how we hear a lot about earthquakes right now. This is letting us know that we're getting closer towards the end.
It's just like that, the chip, you know, getting the chip. You know what I'm saying? We know when that happens, we know we gonna be in a whole nother time. So it's being diligent, understanding what's going on. So, of all things is going on.
So I gotta pull it out now. Put the spirit on me.
yeah, basically what like Doc just said, it simply just means to know what's going on in the world. And you know what's going on in the world by doing what? Because you gotta keep it simple. Watch the news. So pay attention to what the brothers are bringing up. Right? What are they speaking from? Their own minds? No, they're speaking according to the scriptures. So they're able to also know what's important in the news and what's real news based off if it does what? Line up with the scripture. Alright? Example that made me think of was this said watch, right? That said measure the time diligently. Same message, right? How would you, so you need to watch the time, right? In order for you to measure the time, you have to be watching the time. So what's the perfect example? An hourglass. The little thing you flip over. You won't know when time is ran up if you don't go back and check on it. You don't know how much sand you got left on the top of that thing if you ain't going back and checking on it. So that would be you measuring the time. You're looking at it, okay, and by the Spirit, I'm gonna grab one of those. That's heavy. Everybody should have I'm gonna get one. That ain't no goddamn, I ain't finna do that. That's spiritual, to have an hourglass right now. Because the scriptures say measure the time diligently. You cannot measure the time if you're not watching that hourglass. Right? The hourglass, you start it over. It's fresh. You put all the sand at the bottom. And you flip it over, and now it's all at the top and it's gonna run down to the bottom. And it tells you, I think you probably get a manual, or you can just clock it. How long does it take for this to run out? Put your phone next to it and see by the time it ran out, how long has it
measuring
been?
the time.
So I know I can use this probably a 30 interval amount of sand in here, right? So once this all out, 30 minutes have ran past. That's how you use it. But the whole idea, you're measuring time by simply watching it. You're literally watching time. You're measuring it because it's sand.
Measuring time, literally.
You're measuring it.
You gotta measure it.
You're measuring it. Right? And then you got to measure to go by because it's an amount. It's a certain amount of sand. So that's why, low key, by the Spirit, hourglasses are an old way of keeping time.
Would you say another way of measuring it is when we're trying to understand that we are the Israelites through the scriptures, we have to measure which part in time, what stuff certain, like going back to the Egypt situation, we would be in Egypt again with ships.
Right.
That would be measuring time and trying to understand
Or being
how that
city, being cursed in the field.
Exactly. We know where we at due to what's going on at that time. Like you said, like we know that time has already passed. So us coming back into Egypt and coming to ships, we know that's going to pass because we have something, a measure to establish that with.
Which is what? A history book. Right? Your ass going to goddamn school and learning that shit. All your people claiming that story. Did you say how?
That's fulfilling, basically, too. Going into fulfilling, and that's why we're raising our trumpets, because we're watching, and that allows us to raise our trumpets and forewarn.
And that's why we're watching. Because we're looking for fulfillment. You're waiting on, you read the Lord gonna come back. How the hell you gonna know when he come back if you ain't watching? That's why he said, I'm gonna come on to you as a thief in the night. I'm gonna come on you in an hour you expect not. Thief in your shit. Give it up.
That's the same with what you was talking about. How we not gonna know when they gonna bomb us? They're just gonna bomb us randomly.
Yep.
It could be at night, it could be in the day.
Come like a thief in the night.
You don't know. When that troop shall come in, you can probably sleep 3 in the morning. Jake house got ran in. He at home eating ice cream in his shorts, no shirt on. That's Jake. He's simple. Sister that got killed, she at home just playing the game with her nephew or something. Killed him. You know what I'm saying? Bring that out. But this to answer your question.
This is Matthew 24 and 32. It says, now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender, and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh.
See? So when the trees starting to, look at the trees right now. See the trees around? It's spiritual.
Got no leaves on it.
When those leaves start to come back, what season is it?
Spring.
Yeah.
So
And you know what is around the corner.
Some.
There you go.
Come.
So that's how you gotta look when you start to see more rumors of war.
And
That's what
how-
this whole chapter is about. This whole chapter is things you need to be looking for. Yahushua, the spirit of Yahushua, what chapter was that? Y'all know off the top of your head when he said the spirit of Yahushua is the prophecy, right? What I'm talking about, we were going to that the other night. Yeah, we went on that on the live. Somebody posted that. But the spirit of, you posted that. The spirit of Yahushua is prophecy. I think it's like Revelation the 20, See thou do it not, for I am of thy servants, thy fellow brethren.
I don't think I posted that.
You posted it. It was you.
Revelations 19 and 10.
Yeah, that was the car posted that. You ain't put the
Oh, okay.
yeah, you ain't put the
Scripture.
yeah, you ain't put what it was, but you posted the verse. 19 and 10.
Okay, yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, bring that out real quick.
Revelations 19 and 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou did it not.
Do it not.
I am thy fellow servant of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship Yahweh, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy.
So there you go, man. So if you got the testimony, you're gonna be prophesied, right? And the prophesied is the ultimate said thing before it happens, right? And you're gonna easily know that by if the Father, if you got the spirit of prophecy, right? And everything, you ain't gonna say nothing the Father ain't saying. That's why you gotta know these scriptures, right? But you use these scriptures to see what's real news. You know what I'm saying? So one more time.
Matthew 24 and 32. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender, and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh.
So there you go, man. Now, because it's really the point. What's more important, spring or summer? You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. You got winter, you got fall, and you got summer. Which one is the polar opposites?
Summer and winter.
There you go. So which ones actually matter? Summer and winter. Not saying spring and fall don't matter, but I'm saying as far as the context of how the scriptures go.
That's the destination of spring is summer. The destination of fall is winter.
But you got exactly.
It's
You
like the
got
cause and effect.
yeah.
Because this is happening, this is coming.
This will turn into that. This is what this ultimately will be or is.
The leaves on the trees signifying there's the snow gonna fall.
The sun coming up, it signifies about to be day. The sun going down.
Signifies it's gonna be night.
Which is spiritual too, because fall and spring is just the ushering
Think of
of
those
the
words.
main points.
And then think about we just said up and down. He said fall represents down and spring.
Yeah, growth. So you got those two just simply ushering in each other. I mean the main points, which is summer or winter. What I was going with in the scripture, the reason why I said summer and winter is really the point, because you see, look, The street, read that one more time.
Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender, and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh.
Huh? You see that? When does, what's it called, grow? It started to grow when? But it just skipped spring. You're looking for the main show.
Exactly.
You see that? Summer and winter is the equivalent of hot and cold. Anything in the middle would be what?
Lukewarm.
Because it's ushering in. When you lukewarm, you either ushering in that you about to be a wicked ass nigga. That's the precept of being wicked, or it's the precept of being righteous. Right? So you can read that again and always do. So like, to answer your question. Because you said how, I know it's another way we can measure time. So this is the answer to that.
Matthew 24:32. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender, and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled.
Now there you go. So that's another way. So you ultimately look. It's like shit. When the street lights come on, that mean what?
It's nighttime.
Straight to the point. You know what I'm saying?
That's why our parents always say you can stay out till the street lights turn on.
But you don't skip the process though, which is what the Cardinals mentioned. Which is why fall and spring have a place.
They have a purpose. They have a place, a purpose.
To every season there is a purpose, right? Ecclesiastes. See how the fathers just code everything? I mean, everything. This is the only truth. This is the truth.
It's water.
Everything. It's one stream. Right? Now, whole point. That's a duck.
They've been right there chilling with us the whole time. They right here.
The ducks done came back. So what that mean? It's about to get hot. You probably don't get no more snow.
They swans.
Or geese.
Geese.
They left south how many months ago? You always see them flying south. When you see them flocking in the fall in the sky, you know you rarely see them in the sky when it's hot. When it's starting to get cold, you see them in the sky. They flying south because that symbolizes what?
Winter is coming.
They low key prophets. That's spirit. That's spiritual. Goddamn ducks.
That go back to where we started. Like pay attention. Yeah, you gotta pay attention
to measure time.
And they were.